Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me this morning for Janine's Voice. I'm going to discuss with you 5 tips that you can use that will allow you to maintain the power in your bones. That's right, in your bones. So, before we get started, are you doing anything magnificent in your life? I'm quite sure you are. And you know what I want you to do? I want you to break a leg. Now, many people wonder, where in the heck did the term break a leg come from? Anytime you do something of great magnitude, someone says, break a leg. And I can think of 2 times when I was told this. Once before a theater show, and another time when I sang at a concert. And I would just cringe at the phrase because I believe in the power of words. I would have loved to hear, you are going to be great. Janine, sing your heart out. Janine, the audience is going to love you. Now, if you think about it, words become the conditions that your experience will speak to you. And it's a lot of times what you get. So I decided to take that phrase, break a leg, to a new level and give it a new meaning for me, something that I could relate to. So there's this song that's called Fire Shut Up in My Bones. And the song speaks of the power that is given to you by the universe, something that I see as God. I've got the power shut up in my bones. So to me, break a leg means let your power loose. Stand firmly in your power and live in your purpose. So I have a question. Are your bones healthy? Is your body healthy? I want you to enjoy the power that's in your life. And in order to do that, you must have a plan for your physical body. And then in turn, when your physical body is intact, you'll have a good mental well-being. So I am going to share with you 5 wonderful power tips that will ensure that your tissues and your muscles surrounding your bones remain strong and healthy. Now, number 1, you have to have a healthy strength plan. Now, what does this mean? You have to fill your own cup first before you can fill anyone else's, right? So in order for you to keep your full strength, you want to make sure that you have an overflow of power. So what are your morning rituals? Well, for me, I am going to indulge in morning affirmations. What morning affirmations do you use that speak to your soul? And also, I want to tell you, it's a game changer when you create your own affirmations that surrounds your life and what you are doing at that time. For me, it's going to be when I look in the mirror and when I first get up in the morning and I have no makeup on and I'm in that sleepy mode where it looks like I just wake up. I kind of chuckle at myself and I look in the mirror and I said, ooh, Janine, you are just phenomenal and beautiful. And today is going to be an amazing day. And then all of a sudden, I just see beauty flowing from my bones, the power that I have to suddenly make myself feel better just by telling myself and speaking to myself power words. Meditation and prayer. Now, meditation can mean a lot of things. something that you are thinking about, something that you want your life to have, and you're going to meditate on that. You're going to clear your mind and allow yourself to think about what you want to do in your life. And then you're going to pray. Then you're going to ask for the strength and the power that you need in your life to make your dream and your goals happen. And then we already spoke about what I call the mirror work, which I try to do every day. But self-care is also important. Going for 15-minute walk, or maybe you like yoga, or do you have a structured eating plan? And is your body healthy and your bones healthy with your self-care? This is something that I am working on, and it will continue to work. It's a continued work in progress. I want to have more structured eating habits. I want to eat healthy and not snack late at night. So those are the things that I am doing for my health care. So let me ask you, what is your healthy plan? What plan do you have for yourself? Now that you have your strength, your healthy plan, what grounding skills are you going to use to make sure that you are maintaining your healthy strength plan? So we use tools. We have our own tools and our own strategies that we may use to stay grounded and preserve our mental and emotional makeup. So this is something that we should consider lifetime skills that we never ever stop using. So the first example that I have is keep a vision journal, which is very different than a vision board. A vision board is good too, because it's something that you can look at as you have the roadmap that you need to carry out your vision. But a vision journal allows you to map out your vision and to make it plain by using a step-by-step plan. I like that technique because, example, I have a book that allows me to remember what structured things I want done in my house for each room. For the kitchen, what are my goals? What do I want it to look like? What do I want the floor to look like? What color do I want to paint it? Do I want new cabinets, or am I going to keep the cabinets that I already have? In my dining room, what table do I want to adorn the middle of the floor? What light fixtures would I like? And how much lighting do I want there? In the living room, what type of furniture do I want? Where do I want to place the furniture? Will I have a carpet underneath my table, my living room table? And what type of structure do I want for my windows? I want you to know that in my vision journal, I literally put the name of each room in my house, what my vision was for. And let me tell you, it feels good when you are able to go back and look at what your structured plan was and to cross off each item. And then you may find that maybe there's something you want to add to your plan. So you can do this vision journal for anything in your life, any plan that you want to map out step by step. A vision journal is phenomenal, and I would definitely recommend it. How often do you want to go to the gym? Now that you you have a structured plan, and you're going to have those grounding skills, can I ask you to keep those bones healthy? What type of strengthening mechanism are you going to use for those bones? How are you going to keep them safe and healthy? Well, how often do you want to go to the gym? Or how often do you want to exercise at home? And what is your healthy meal plan for the week? Well, I try my best to go swimming twice a week with my husband. And I have not been doing my exercise routine at the gym with my best friend. It's an ongoing process, but I have been trying to map out within my vision journal what it is exactly that I want to do. Mindset. A lot of times we don't stick to our dream, to our goals, to our plans, because we have not changed our mindset. We need to take time to identify the thoughts, patterns that we are having that may be hindering us from being our best. And then once we do that, we need to acknowledge what our thoughts need and what within our thoughts need to be changed. What tapes are playing in your mind? What trauma has happened to you that you just are having a hard time forgetting? Are they hindering your progress? So I want you to think about something when this is happening to you. What memories can you remember that brought you happiness? What made you feel good? What feeling did they invoke in your body, in your memory, in your feelings? I would advise you to consider capturing those thoughts, writing them in your journal, in your gratitude journal, so that when you go back and look at them, it's a good way of retraining your mind, retraining everything that is going on in those tapes that are playing, and change the mood of the tape. Your tape will have new songs. It will have new memories of things that you may have forgotten. And changing your mindset and structuring those negative thoughts with the positive thoughts is going to make you feel like you're always in glory. And it's always going to keep a smile on your face. Another grounding skill that I want you to think about is, now that you have your plan, and now that you are going to be grounded, you are going to have to strengthen your healthy habits. Don't allow yourself to get complacent. I know, easier said than done. How many times do we set out in a very good routine, and then all of a sudden we fall back into our old habits? Well, part of that, for me, I believe, is that you have to maintain your self-confidence. You have to look at your life. And in order to maintain your self-confidence, I want you to remember what your strengths are. I want you to remember all of the amazing things that you have achieved in your life. Also, I want you to remember those foods that you necessarily don't always eat. Help your taste palette remember them by starting to eat them again. Acquire a taste for them. I'm going to give you an example. All my life, I didn't eat beets. Basically, I didn't eat beets because my mother told me that they tasted horrible. And when she saw the beets, she would always go, ugh. And so I never ate beets. And then one day, around 2 years ago, I was at a gathering and they had beets. And I decided, I'm going to try those. I put one on my plate and then I broke it up with my fork. And oh my goodness, beets are sweet. I expected them to be bitter and just be something that I didn't want, that it would, make me feel all, all ucky. But I love beets. I don't eat them enough, and maybe I should acquire more of a taste for them. So try something new. Stock your fridge with something healthy. Go back to those good health, good, go back to the good things in your life that you know gave you strength. Try your best not to fall back into old habits and become complacent. You must learn how to be a fear slayer, to slay that fear, snap it out, and get rid of it. It is usually fear that keeps us from doing the things that are most important. It is fear of the unknown that keeps us from even trying. So one of the first steps to slaying fear is courage. You have to have courage to allow yourself to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That feeling that you get when something doesn't quite feel right, it's okay to feel that. Another way to slay fear is don't be afraid to feel shame. In order for you to feel the shame, you have to experience the power from the shame. You have to take that shame and turn it around. And then you will become unashamed. And listen at this, unapologetic for whatever you have done in your life that may cause you embarrassment. So be courageous. Try new things, try new food, try new exercise routines. And then I would love for you to be purpose driven. Take time to discover your true self. How many times do we think we know ourselves, and then we find out that we really don't? Visualize your passion and your purpose. Identify what's important to you, and be willing to take the risk. Once you take a risk, this means that you're going to allow yourself to become healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. So figure out what's important to you. In order to become purpose-driven, a lot of people will say, well, I don't know what my purpose is. How often have you heard the saying, your purpose is that very thing that you loved to do when you were a small child? So sit down and meditate on those things. What is important to you? Visualize that passion and then do it. Have courage to change. Have that courage that you need that's willing to take the risk. Courage to change means you don't care what other people think. And you now are willing to live your life for yourself and not for others. So I want you to come up with a healthy strength plan. I want you to acquire those great grounding skills. I want you to strengthen your healthy habits. I want you to slay fear, be purpose-driven. And with all of that, is going to take courage. And I know that you have courage, just all up, unshakable courage in your bones that's going to keep you moving. If you think that you're going to maybe have a hard time getting this done, or you don't even know where to begin, that's when you contact me. There's two places that you can reach me at. Janine at illuminateyourdreams.com, or I would love for you to go to my website and learn more about me and what I have to offer and what workshops are coming up that are going to be made specifically with you in mind. I want to go back to this saying that I developed one day. Someone asked me what courage is, and this is what I said. Courage is closing your eyes, opening up a door to the unknown, and then walking through it. You don't know what's on the other side. The other side may be completely dark with only a flicker light, but walking into the unknown, that is courage. So, as always, I leave you with a question. How will the fire, the very power in your bones, give you the power to create an illuminated change in the lives of others? Until next week, I want to thank you for joining me for Janine's Voice. And until then, keep illuminating.